We had numbers of tools in our toolboxes, and none of them had dented the problem. So we looked to QualPro.
We had numerous unsuccessful attempts to resolve the problem. We concluded that MVT was really the best chance for a success.
I think we have substantial body of evidence that says that when properly applied and enthusiastically applied, these techniques deliver substantial return on the dollar used for training or for consulting time.
The bottom line is this: this stuff works.
It was in excess of $38 million, but that's only one-time savings. During the 8 years I've used this, I've never one year budgeted training dollars or consulting fees in my budget because every year the payback has been in the 20 to 25x range of any dollars that I've spent.
Becoming the most cost-effective, cost-competitive model within your industry is what's going to keep you whole and make you progress over time. MVT is probably the only tool that we could use for customer-supplier interaction and experimentation.
Oil-Dri needs to be the everyday low-cost supplier in each of the businesses where we compete, and we're not going to get there with historic methods. You don't need to budget for the whole concept of using QualPro and MVT because it pays for itself. You'll get the payback within your fiscal year, which is exciting. So we're believers.
What do we expect to get out of this? Obviously, a reduction in the rejected batches, and then greater consistency in the product. Look at one curve, look at the other, and you see the results of the test. And we feel like that was a great success for us and is going to bring tremendous benefits to us down the road on this product.
We brought QualPro in, and in less than 6 months, zero capital dollars, zero cost dollars expended, $23 million in terms of additional capacity and increased sales in a sold-out business.
We were able to decrease our heavies recycled through the plant by 75%. We have increased our production by about 10% in the past year. And the way we were able to, we did this without any capital investment.
We found that we could increase the capacity of that stripper 300%. A stripper that we thought we were going to have to go in the opposite direction to improve quality. Our capability for methylene chloride removal went from a negative 0.72, and that's when you view it at that new 5 part per million spec limit, up to 3.67. Again, for us, you know, environmental grunt types, we like to see that in concrete terms. That meant that instead of making bad wastewater every 1.2 days, it takes us 1 times 10 to the 25th years before we'll make another gallon of bad wastewater.
We averted a potential regulatory shutdown, either through having the permit conditions lowered or getting into a chronic failure where they would have just shut us down. We believe that through the use of this MVT process, we averted a $4.5 million loss to this business unit.
They could have required what very expensive scrubbing, multi-million-dollar scrubbing units be placed on the tower. The experiments we did allowed us to do it at zero cost. I mean, we made no capital investment whatsoever. We just changed the operating conditions of the tower, and we did it with no change, no measurable change in the quality of the prill coming out the end of the process. At the extreme, the whole plant would have been shut down if we had not solved the problem one way or another. But you know, probably the fairest measure is we avoided a multi-million-dollar capital project and hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines.
The other one I think that's been a big plus is the help from QualPro in the speed to which to go after improvements.
QualPro is fast. We had results in 3 months without pushing hard. Six Sigma, in 3 months, you might have got your organization identified and maybe not even named your black belts or your green belts or talked about the process. It just is very slow. It's extremely slow, in my opinion. I've been there. I know once it gets going, it delivers results, but it takes too long. You lose a lot of people in the process of getting it up and running.
Six Sigma effort that was going on at the site, their savings in their projects were of a much smaller size, magnitude. The size of the results that we've gotten so far have been almost an order of magnitude larger. And to me, that's a speed issue too. The speed of implementation is faster with QualPro.
Here, we did all this in less than 6 months. Average changeover time reduced 44%. Savings of up to $15 million in downtime. We freed up 33,000 line hours of production time across all 3 plants. That got us the extra capacity that we were looking for, and we didn't have to make that $2 million capital investment.
From the revenue growth side, QualPro has even got a managing process to help move you into the sold-out position around helping you discover emerging market needs, helping you discover what it's going to take to play in certain niche markets.
And it suited our needs perfectly in that it allowed us to do multiple experiments with a few number of test situations. So it made a lot of sense to us.
You're going to try multiple ideas. You're going to allow things to interact, which you don't do when you're just doing one factor at a time experimentation. So all sorts of new interactions, nuances, changes are going to occur that you're just never going to see one factor at a time. So it opens up a whole new view of the process that you're looking at.
Exxon and companies are very successful because they pick and choose their risks and they do them right. MVT has proven that. Makes a lot of money.
MVT is the best thing you can do to increase the value of your value-added process, contribute to the company, and make a great place to work for your employees. It creates true competitive advantage.
Because the ultimate key measure is the value of the company as valued by our shareholders.
Success breeds success, and there's been a nonstop journey of success over the last 8 to 10 years.
Thousands of employees have been involved in MVTs and the QualPro process throughout North America. We have represented over $208 million of benefits in terms of presentations at the symposium.
Well, you know, a lot of folks say we can't compete in China, India, Eastern Europe. They've got an unfair advantage. I'm proud to say that we can compete on a quality basis with anybody in the world. That is, we've been able to grow at this kind of rate in China, competing against Chinese-made products. Those kind of results make an opportunity for, I think, our businesses to be successful around the world.